guys that do a lot of different things that really complement us. So each one of those guys kind of read it, especially in their own way, and how they really play basketball and what their approach is every single day. The same with the guys that we have across the roster. We have a bunch of young kids that are improving as the year goes on, and we have a bunch of vets that can lead them along the way. So we have a mix of both, and we just got to continue to stick to focus on the day versus the future.
What's the strategy when you're going against a generational talent like that?
Yeah, when someone's that's tall, lengthy, and his ability to not only handle the ball but also his aggression shooting and the ability he'll have putting pressure on the rim. You just have to play as hard as you possibly can. Like there's guys like that across the league where if you're playing a superstar and one of those kind of talents, you got to make everything difficult for them. You can't allow them to be comfortable, allow them to dictate the pace of play, as well as dictate where they want to go. Wemby used to put a body on him, not allow him to get up the court, just be in his position because if he gets to a spot, there's not much you can do. So it'll be interesting. It's gonna be fun playing for the first time, and really just to see what his game is like up close.
We saw a teammate of Taco Ball.
Yeah.
So that's tall guy.
Yeah, the movement patterns are a little bit different. So Taco's a little bit probably more physical and able to put pressure on the rim and way more aggressive putting the ball in the basket since I'm within the restricted area. But Wemby has the ability to stretch it all the way out to the three-point line and even further. So you should be mindful of that, and you can't, play everybody the same way, no matter the height or the size.
And we saw, you guys in practice using those pads. Victor said, he's seen that before, but have you done that in practice before? Kind of simulating a 7'4" defender like that?
I don't think they were simulating him, man. I think that was created by the people that said it. He was joking about Wemby, but people use those arms in any workout. So if you ask anybody, people in the summer, that's how you simulate. If you're 5'5", you got training you can't necessarily have them block your shot at the rim. So those arms help you get there. But
so social media is false?
Yeah.
Okay, I
pretty.
that
not everything
possible.
on the internet is real.
So you're not going to confuse Sham God for Wembanyama anytime soon?
I don't believe so. There's a little bit of I think there's a body difference if you can know if it's a Sham, but I think the prime Sham might not had a little bit of comparison with Wemby, but right now Sham's more similar to Aaron Donald.
So being one of the veteran voices on this team, and specifically the challenge you have ahead tonight with Wembanyama, what have the conversations been with Derek, your rookie, in terms of how you guys can work together against Wembanyama?
Yeah, I always try and put a value on a team, not necessarily one individual player. No matter the impact they could possibly make, those guys, like Jason Tatum, Bronze, they're going to have the opportunity. They're going to get their shots. So you have to make them difficult, but it's not like you're going to go out there holding to 1 point. It's rare that ever happens, and if it does happen, it's not necessarily you can't take full credit for it. They might just have an off night. So in regards to their team, they play fast. I always say live, you got to understand not only just the matchup that you're guarding, but also the entire court. You have to be mindful of who you're guarding and also who's on the court with you. Because if you get switched out onto a non-shooter, why are you hugged up on the three-point line? You can necessarily help us. So as much as you need to learn about those star players, I think we put a lot of focus on those guys, and deservedly so. But we can't allow guys that aren't the guys like Wembanyama or Vassell and those guys to beat us as well.
You ever seen anything like this before, Grant? All this hype around one player coming to the league. What's your thoughts on that?
It's yearly. I feel like there's number one pick always kind of get some love. I don't think Paolo got as much because of his market, but Zion had a little bit of that when he first came out. He was averaging 20 and 8 when he came out, 25 and 8. So people hyped him up into the next big thing. Then before that, you had Ben Simmons back in the day when he was compared to LeBron. So it's one of those where deservedly so. Those guys have worked their entire lives to get here, and it's a blessing and a curse. But at the same time, they got to step up into those shoes and really fill them. And I think Victor has a chance to do that, and he's approaching it the right way. He's a great, even just the things I've heard about him, he's a very humble kid, and I'm excited to be able to compete against him for a long time.
Thank you, man.